new global internet censorship began today. This was August the 7th. Google's new global censorship tool was introduced today at 9:10 a.m. via an email press release.
The last video of the lady there, she just exposed what the YouTube is. It's a propaganda machine, obviously.
What are YouTube's policies and what did I do wrong? Our community guidelines themselves are not changing at all. And we still do feel it's important to have 3 strikes and you're out, meaning 3 strikes and you lose your channel, because creators who routinely violate our policies sort of make the community worse for everyone.
That's regular day-to-day for us, you know, as non-white Russians, you know what I mean?
Glenn, we make a community worse for everyone? Very first show that I ever posted got removed from the YouTube because it didn't follow the guidelines of World Health Organization. So the point is, so there's a re-education camp for YouTube. If you do something wrong, you know, we're straight up in this corporate communism kind of scenario now. YouTube released a video and sent it to me directly saying, no worry, if you mess up and you go to a jail, watch this video. This can help you out. So let's watch this video together.
Jennifer, what do you do at YouTube?
I am the VP of Product Management for Trust and Safety at YouTube. At YouTube, we've always had community guidelines, which roughly outline what are the rules of the road for uploading content to YouTube. And we've always had what we call a strike system in place, which says if you violate our rules more than 3 times within 90 days, you're no longer going to be able to have a channel on YouTube. But the changes that we recently announced are a way to help teach creators more about what our policies actually are.
Yeah, this it's different now because it's a cyber type of restriction, but you know, we've never had freedom of speech. We've always been taught, hey, you don't say this, you don't say that. And
what is controlling the government? What is controlling what technology is allowed to get out there? There was a time in the West which made these countries the greatest countries in the world to live in. One of the things we followed was a free speech. You may not like what the other person is saying, but you can learn off of it, and you can learn more about yourself.
That this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. Keep reading for more details. So basically, without going into details, you're supposed to appeal. And, you know, it's the 4th time I'm doing it. It's not, you know, so I write an appeal. I have no clue what you're talking about. Please point to the part that is a hate speech, right? Other emails that I got for other videos, it also now start to mention that this was determined partially by algorithm, so AI tool, and partially by somebody reviewing it or reacting to it. So basically somebody snitching. Oh, the guy's talking about transgender. So Glenn, you've been snitched on by somebody. You have a
online rat.
We're actually going to take a re-education test that YouTube offers you to you as a solution for you to learn your mistakes, to learn from your mistakes, and maybe you wouldn't go to jail next time. And also, if you do pass that re-education test with 7 simple questions, that you might be able to lose your warning on your channel. So nobody really cares about YouTube as much, like, because you have to dance around and like actually compromise your value system for something that you don't even agree with, and that they're actually going to cut it into the show, and you're going to actually lose your base because you're playing it right into the hands. We've been faced with this challenge, and now we don't want to be on YouTube anymore, because if I can't say what I'm thinking, what's the point? You know, my audience will stop respecting me. So we're slowly shifting, but the long story short, they had to adjust their punishment system to stay relevant in business, because I'm sure they were losing.
Don't like already control freaks. Well, obviously they're being paid. They're paid provocateurs. But you know, Jeff, there's a lot of people like your show. This show here is about discernment. It's about potentially giving people another point of view to help them derive their reality. But how can you do that if you have everything being controlled by the bigs? They want it this way. This is what we want out there on our platform only. So we have to tap dance around their rules and regulations.
I mean, if you play back, you remember back in the day a little bit, when you were in the U.S., there's certain things you could see that you couldn't see here in Canada. So they were already on that type of time. But I agree with you, Alex, that the platform is dying, or else you would have never met their parole officer. This is who she is. She is their parole officer, here to tell you how to stay on the streets. And she's realizing, like, people don't care about being on the street. They don't care. There's other places to go. And she's like, no, you can stay right here. But this is just what you got to do. Because we're never supposed to see her.
New system, you would get a warning that you violated our policies and an option to take a training course. If you decided to take that training course, you would get a bunch of questions that were specific to the general area of our policy that you violated to try to teach you about where the line is or is not. And also, if you don't violate that policy again in the next 90 days, that warning would be completely wiped off.
So we're going to take that training course with you, brothers and sisters, and see what they're actually trying to tell us there, how they're trying to reprogram for you to be a good comrade. And as a reward, she just promised, we're going to remove the warning. Just take a test, become a better YouTuber for our safety, in your safety. We're here to monitor the safety. What is that? What do they do under the disguise of safety? Taking away your what?
It's a cyber matrix, and just like any other matrix, there's penalties, man, and there's prisons. They're trying to keep you out. Pay attention. I'm willing.
You can go to actual jail in countries like England for whatever you post online.
See, I knew it.
What are YouTube's policies and what did I do wrong?
What did I do wrong? But they also, when you appeal to whatever warning they give you, they actually now review your content and tell us what you did wrong. They want you to point out to them what you think you did wrong. And if you don't know, in the way I actually don't know, because I'm exercising my free speech, I don't call anyone to violence. I refer to everybody as brother and sister. So here's the task that they offer. So take a look at your content, keeping policies in mind. We listed any problems we found, but make sure your content follows all policies, not just the ones identified. So there may be more things wrong with your episode. It's a complete short training in 7 questions. So brothers and sisters, we're going to take it together and see if we'll pass it. Let this be entertainment for all of us.
So we're in speech training.
About the training, 7 questions, 15 minutes. We want you to create and share your content confidently. In this training, you'll see scenarios related to the policy you violated. You have unlimited attempts to get it right. Is this a violation?
I know.
Yes or no?
Did you study for this test?
This is a definite violation. You cannot say that.
What happens if we press no?
Oh, then you starting back over. I believe it's a violation.
Wow.
You know why? The word cure. The health authorities will never admit that there is a cure that isn't theirs.
Sophia recorded a conversation with her friends where she claims she became infertile after chemical abortion using prescription medication. I'm not laughing at this matter. Let me read this again, brothers and sisters. This example violates our policy because it promotes misinformation about the side effects of the chemical abortion.
Insane.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
I got it wrong. I clicked yes.
Well, you didn't get it wrong. It's just not quite right. There's a difference. You see how they're covering themselves a little bit?
You got to read this.
I'll say no. It's not a violation.
I don't know. I'm getting used to.
Oh, wow. This is correct.
There you go.
Wow. We got one right.
Oh, you're winging it. You're throwing the dice.
The
Now you're
example
throwing
does not violate our policy because Ivan does not deny the existence of the COVID-19 pandemic.
He threw double sixes. He won.
So let's see what's the verdict. Did we actually learn? Nice work. You've completed our training. We appreciate you taking the time to help us keep YouTube safe. So here you go, brothers and sisters. We just learned something here today. There is a way to get out of the YouTube jail and be re-educated and become a better member of YouTube community, a safe member of YouTube community, to think alike like YouTube wants you to think, to promote their agenda, And God forbid you have alternative information that somehow may better other people's life, because how dare you? You know nothing. You own nothing and you enjoy it, and now you know nothing. Why you don't know nothing? Because you don't come from accredited institution where you are brainwashed, and you get a paper saying you are brainwashed, and that you follow into brainwashing, and everybody who listens to you are allowed to listen to you because you got the right kind of information.
We advanced ourselves right off a cliff of knowledge and wisdom. It's ridiculous, and it's going to be something that in the timeline of humanity we're going to look back with shame.
It's a time of information, but we're in a time of mismanaged information. So that's pretty much sums up where we're at right now. There's so much information right now, but it's mismanaged, and we're pretty much hanging our own selves with it.
Well, my verdict is really simple. Who won the Cold War? Not the West. According to this test we just took, no. Brothers and sisters, if you live in North America, United States and Canada specifically, you lost. You lost the Soviet Union, who dissolved. And you could actually refer to all the Soviet Union matters as Russian matters. So Russia still exists. So Russia won. China won. North Korea won. Do we have any other communist countries? Cuba won. So congratulations. Now we all live in the communism, under communism. And yeah, we're all losers in this. Glenn, we make a community worse for everyone?